Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to CenterCourt NBA. This is episode 10. With me today is Leroy Eve, as always. And if you're wondering who's missing, it is Chris Berger. Congratulations to Chris Berger and his fiance and soon-to-be wife, Amanda Rugar. They're getting married today. I will be attending that later today. Again, congratulations, guys.
Yes, it's been a long time.
Long time coming.
Too long.
Too long. So we're gonna drive. We're gonna drive to the basket and start talking about some playoffs. The first round of the playoffs is underway, and it's been pretty crappy, if I want to be honest. The West, you can tell the difference in talent, and in the East, you can kind of tell the difference in talent as well. So we're gonna start from the West. We'll go seeds. So we'll start with Warriors Rockets.
All right.
2-1 Warriors.
I don't know, man.
2-1 Warriors. Should be 3-0.
And Steph is shooting 3-0. Yeah.
But without Steph, the Warriors are beatable, which is why James Harden and the Rockets were able to win Game 3. Steph's going to be back in Game 4 likely, which pretty much means this series is over now in 5 games.
Yes, pretty much. Unless they pull something out.
Which ain't going to happen because that Houston team is a complete mess. I mean, I thought it was funny. I don't know if you saw the highlights, but James Harden hits the game winner, and that bench looked like somebody killed their cat.
Yeah, it was just like...
It was like, oh, wow. And,
it's like we have to be here longer.
Exactly. A lot of people thought it was because they weren't happy that Harden hit the shot. I think it's just the fact they know it don't mean shit.
Yeah.
That's what
if
it is.
They do it again and they win 2 and it's 2-2, then it's like, all right, well, all right.
Still,
but
that Houston Rockets team, they ain't going to beat the Warriors in 7.
No.
Not enough talent.
They have talent, but it's just, I don't know. Like, Corey Brewer's good. James Harden, obviously James Harden, and Dwight's not what Dwight used to be, but still can be effective if he needs to be.
Kevin McHale actually. Go ahead. Well, keep going.
You're good. You're good, bro. I
was going to say, you said, Dwight Howard isn't what he used to be. Kevin McHale actually yesterday or the day before came out saying, he said personally, Dwight Howard is not the same player he used to be.
Wow. Too many injuries. Slow down, and he's not as athletic as he was in Orlando. That's for sure. That's what I think.
No, I agree. You look back at his Orlando days, he was a bully. I mean, he used to bully you down low. He had the bank shot post move. Like remember that he had that shimmy, I'm going to bank this off the backboard shot. And I don't know what happened to that. He doesn't use that anymore. And it was a pretty effective shot for a while for him.
Yeah, like I was thinking about it last night. I was like, Dwight is just a lower grade DeAndre Jordan now. He just catches oops. He can block once in a while, but he doesn't have any moves like out of the post anymore like he used to. And yeah, DeAndre Jordan doesn't really have any post moves either, like a little shimmy hook or whatever. It's just kind of just let me catch a oop or like a putback layup or whatever. But I mean,
the benefit,
the free throws.
The benefit with DeAndre is he's fast, so he can run the floor.
True.
Howard's slow. Howard ain't running the fast break.
No, I don't know.
And which is a big reason I think, the West, a lot of teams in the West, they like to run. Teams in the East play a slower pace, which is why I think there's almost no question that Dwight Howard's going to head back east after this season.
But who wants him, though? That's the thing. Who wants Dwight?
I mean, a team there's talks about him wanting to go back to Orlando. Do they take a risk on him? A team like Boston needs a rim protector. Do you go out and get – because, so far in this series against Atlanta, we'll talk about this more. Atlanta has Horford and Millsap, and, the Celtics have Amir Johnson and Jared Sullinger. So they could use a guy like Dwight Howard down low who can, give you a big body, can get you some more rebounds. So I think in Game 2, bro, they were the Celtics were out rebounded like 52-30. You can't get 30 rebounds in a playoff game and expect to win.
Because their tallest person is Amir, I'm pretty sure.
It might be Kelly Olynyk, but he's not he's not a big body. Yeah. Or maybe Cody Zeller, actually.
True.
Or Tyler Zeller, whatever his name is.
If Dwight goes to the Celtics, he would most likely start. But I'm thinking like if he decides to go to the Magic, I'm not as a coach. I don't want to sit Vucevic over
No,
Dwight.
I wouldn't either.
Like
But Vucevic off the bench though, or you. I mean, I would hate to see them trade Vucevic,
no,
but
you can't. No, he's too good.
you could get a lot back for him though. That's the thing.
I guess.
He's worth more than Dwight, and Dwight can still be a productive player. That's the
I
only
don't
thing.
know.
But we'll talk about that a little bit more. But like we're saying, Warriors 5. There's not much to talk about. Curry didn't play for 2 games, and that's kind of what you get. I mean, they were on the road in Houston. Houston snuck one out. It's not a surprise. I've been saying this probably all season that the Warriors without Steph Curry, they're still a good team, but they're not as great.
No.
They're a high 40, low 50 win team without Curry because they can be beat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's over in 5. Moving on, you have Spurs Grizzlies. The Spurs last night, they gritted out a decently tough win. It was close. They were down, I think, by 3 with 13 minutes left to the Grizzlies. They ended up winning by like 10 or by 8.
I think so.
But, that's 3-0. That's done in 4. Props to the Grizzlies. Losing Marc Gasol, Mike Conley. I mean, there's really not much you can do.
So many 10-day contracts.
Yeah.
So many.
I mean, guys like Jordan Farmar, Matt Barnes, for that matter, Lance Stevenson. You got production from a lot of guys who weren't very productive most of the year. Tony Allen's
Vince
been
Carter.
Vince Carter's been solid. Props to them. I mean, it kind of sucks having injuries, but they fought hard to the end. You have to respect that.
And if I had a choice, I'd rather be like, all right, Grizzlies, take a seat, put the Jazz in there, see what the Jazz can do.
I mean, yeah, I know if you're looking at from like a better game. No, I'm saying like better like games. Utah would probably show better playoff outings than the Grizzlies. But that was Grizzlies got hot. They were hot in the middle of the season before everybody got hurt, so it helped.
Yeah. What if they didn't get hurt? What do you think they would be ranked wise?
I don't think Portland's a 5 seed if the Grizzlies get hurt.
I can see that, yeah.
So then you have Grizzlies Clippers, which then is great because you have that classic, that rivalry between the Clippers and the Grizzlies who hate each other. So you get Zebo versus Blake Griffin and Marc Gasol versus Blake Griffin. They all don't like each other. So that would have been a great series. And the Grizzlies, if they're healthy, they can beat the Clippers, I think, if they're healthy.
Yeah. But the Clippers are balling.
We're not there.
A little bit.
Moving on, now we're at Thunder, Dallas. 2-1 in that series as well, but that's over in 5.
Maybe Dallas squeaks another one out, but it's either over in 5 or 6.
I mean, I think the only reason they won game 2 is, I mean, I don't want to say they got lucky, but you had Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. Westbrook was 8 for 22, and what was Kevin Durant? Like 11 for 32? Or 9 for 30?
He's falling down and missing shots.
Could hit shots. I mean, props to who was on him? Wesley Matthews was the matchup that game, and he was great. He was in Kevin Durant's grill. He was physical. He was closing out, and I mean, but it's Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's not going to happen again.
You're not going to slow down Kevin Durant for 4 games because you have to do that for 4 games if you plan on beating OKC. And last game, Deion Waiters was 4 for 6 from 3. Morrow was scoring. If the role players on OKC are effective, that team is scary. That team is extremely scary.
If Dion and Morrow were like consistently like 10, 12, 15 points a game, it'd be dirty.
I think if they had a true not a true point guard, Cameron Payne's pretty good, but if they had a better facilitating point guard on the bench, I think you would see guys like Deion Waiters and Morrow have more effective nights.
When they had Reggie Jackson.
When they had James Harden, they had somebody on the bench who could create for others and could score at a high volume. Reggie Jackson's kind of a poor man's James Harden for them, but But I
I
think
like
that's over in
Reggie.
5. I mean, salute to Dirk. I mean, actually, salute to the Mavericks. I don't know how Mark Cuban does it. Every year, you look at them missing out on big free agents, and you're like, oh, wow, they're not going to be that good this year, or like they're going to kind of fall off. But he goes
They
out
have a
and
good
signs.
core.
Yeah, he gets old Darren Williams. He brings in who else he bring in? He went out and got David Lee at the All-Star break. Gets Wesley Matthews. They lose out on DeAndre Jordan last season.
Fell
And
into.
they get Felt. Felt has been great for them. Dirk, I mean, they hide Dirk very well on defense because Dirk can't play a lick of defense anymore. But Dirk can still give you 20 points at a drop of a dime.
Hell yeah.
And
Probably
I
got the
mean,
hair out of his face.
Chandler
That's
Parsons
the
being
best.
hurt kind of sucked.
Yeah, he's a big part too.
But that team's solid. And I'm
Their coach is good too.
Rick
Good
Carlisle knows
coach.
how to coach. He's a great coach. So it speaks volumes on that team.
Yes, sir.
But they're done in 5.
Yeah.
And now the
I
next
say they
series.
sneak out another one though.
Really?
They might sneak out. Maybe.
I mean, Darren Williams is hurt right now. So if he's healthy, maybe they sneak one out. But he pulled an ab muscle, so he missed last game.
Oh.
That kind of
So
hurts.
yeah.
Next series, Clippers, Portland. It's 2-0 Clippers. I picked Portland to win in 6 on
I'm
last show.
surprised. I don't know. I'm surprised.
Portland was 5 for 25 from 3 last game. You got to hit their threes.
They have to win tonight. They have to.
I mean, they're home.
So
Well, everybody
yeah.
says the playoffs don't start until you lose at home. So if Portland wins these next 2 games, it's anybody's series still. And they
Yeah.
play better in Portland. So, but I mean, they're going to win at least one game. I mean, if they do lose this series, they'll lose in 6.
Yeah.
I mean, I still kind of hope they win in 6, but are they going to win 4 straight games? I don't think so. That's kind of hard now.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin's been solid.
We know those Clippers.
do know
They'll
those
give up. They'll give up a lead real quick.
I picked Portland to win this series mainly because I kind of thought Blake Griffin only being back for like 3 games in the regular season. I kind of thought maybe they would have a little, fallout. Like they would have a little chemistry lag, and they really haven't had that thus far. And Chris Paul's been balling on another level. So we'll have to see. I think they win tonight, though. I think Dane goes out big.
Yeah, but the same thing we said that we're so like we're watching the Blazers this season. We'll take what we can get. We didn't expect anything, to be honest. We didn't expect the Blazers in the playoffs at all.
I mean, ESPN said they were going to get like 20, 21 wins, 22 wins. They'll be a lottery team. And they're somehow
I feel like they would have got more than that, but still.
I mean, think about it. Last year, they were a 5 seed with LaMarcus Aldridge. Did they trade Nicholas Batum?
He was on that team.
He was still on that team. Nicholas Batum, Dame Lillard. Wesley Matthews missed the season because he tore his Achilles near the end. But, CJ McCollum was averaging 6.8 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
And salute to CJ McCollum. He just won Most Improved Player of the Year. Went from scoring 6.8 points a game to 20.3 points per game. Jesus.
He's good. He just needed his time.
He's solid. And, guys like Aminu, Mason Plumlee, Crab's been great. Chris Kamen's been solid off the bench. They got production from a lot of different guys. And, shout out to Terry Slots. He's got to be in the running for Coach of the Year. He's got to be in the running.
So, yeah.
I mean, I know Steve Kerr's probably going to win it because you just went 73-9. But a guy like that with that much talent on his team, it's hard to win that many games in the West. I mean, it's not like he's in the East. He's in the West. So, shout out to Portland, but your season might be coming to a close.
I don't want it to. I want it to keep going.
And we'll talk about the West. There's one more move that happened in the West. I hate that it happened, but actually, I mean, it's a good move for the Timberwolves.
I like it.
Timberwolves hired Tom Thibodeau, for 5 years. He's
I
the head
like it.
coach and the president of operations. I mean, if you're Thibs, you're ecstatic.
Hell
You
yeah.
got Rubio, you got Levine, you got Wiggins, you got Karl Anthony Towns. It,
Yeah.
it's
So, yeah.
it's an ideal situation right now.
Nice team, and you probably got some players thinking Tibbs. I wouldn't mind playing for Tibbs. I might go to Toronto, not Toronto, Minnesota. There we
I mean, I know
go.
Kevin Love's probably wishing he didn't get traded now.
Nah, no. Still, they might get someone over the summer. Might see one person go.
I mean, they don't even really need one person. If he can get that team playing good collective defense and Wiggins gets better, Anthony Towns gets better, Levine gets better, yeah, I think that team's one of the youngest teams in the NBA.
I don't know. I'm still not sold on Rubio. I feel like they need a better point guard.
He likes Rubio a lot.
I know, but
I don't know. Think
I
about
don't
that
know.
starting lineup, though. You have Rubio. You make Levine the shooting guard. Wiggins the three. And then I guess you put who? Dang? That kid Dang or whatever at the 4. And then Karl Anthony Towns is your center. That's a good starting 5. That's solid. And if those guys keep getting better, like if he can get this team playing solid defense, I don't know. Minnesota could be coming.
I can see it.
Kevin Garnett stays. He keeps mentoring off the bench. I don't know. I like it. It was a good move. Unfortunate because I was really hoping the Knicks were going to get him, but
you know the Knicks don't do shit.
I know they don't do shit, but I wanted Phil to abandon the triangle so bad.
You know the Knicks ain't going to do nothing.
So we're going to switch over to the East now. We'll talk about first. We'll talk about the Knicks. You know they had an opportunity. They missed out on 2 coaches so far. Missed out on Thibs, who who has a really good relationship with from Team USA, who would have got that team in defensive shape. Scott Brooks was another option if they wanted to make a push for Kevin Durant. They didn't get him either. We'll talk about that in a second.
There's still 2 coaches out there. There's 3 now, actually.
Well, the only coaches he's looking at apparently is Luke Walton and Kurt Rambis right now. Oh, no. I take that back. Luke Walton said he's not going to the Knicks pretty much. And Phil said that he believes Luke Walton will not leave the Warriors because Luke Walton is the only way Luke Walton will leave the Warriors is if the Lakers offer him a job. And the Lakers seem to be keeping with Brian Scott.
Don't know why.
So the Knicks currently, their 2 options are between Kurt Rambis and David Blatt.
I take Blatt. Give me Blatt.
I mean, I wouldn't mind David Blatt. I mean, we'll get to see how good of a coach he is without LeBron. And he'll actually get to run his system. But no. But the thing is, he couldn't really run his system in Cleveland because of LeBron. If he goes to New York, does still let him run his system? Or does still start preaching triangle, run the triangle?
Preach triangle, probably.
Right. So then once again, this would be the second time, though, David Blatt has a coaching job, but we don't get to see David Blatt's true coaching schemes because someone else
David should go there.
I know. I think it'd be. I think it would be a bad decision for David Blatt because first of all, you just lost your job in Cleveland, which hurt, and then if you were to lose your second job into New York, which you probably would, then his coaching career might be over, unfortunately. Because that's just how the NBA works.
Yeah. But Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy.
Jeff Van Gundy apparently is the Rockets want him. They're in hot pursuit of him. He'd be going
George
back.
Karl's out there.
I don't want George Karl. He sucks. I can't stand George Karl.
I like George Karl.
And I think the Kings are looking for a head coach. Mark Jackson might be a fit for the Kings.
Maybe. It's just Cousins. Thinks he runs that team, but I don't understand.
Sacramento would be ideal for Mark Jackson because he has his own church following or whatever. He has his own congregation, I believe it's called, in L.A. So in Oakland, I believe. So it'd be easier for him to travel if he's in Sacramento. But can you hear that?
Yeah, I can.
Can you hear her?
Kinda, not now.
So now moving on into Scott Brooks, the Wizards. Wizards hired Scott Brooks as their head coach. They said this is not a move to get Kevin Durant, and apparently this move will not affect Kevin Durant's opinion on where he's going. Bullshit. For these reports, Corey does not trust you. I do not trust you. I do not trust these reports. The only reason you hire Scott Brooks, think about it. Washington is Kevin Durant's hometown. Kevin Durant has said on the record Scott Brooks is one of his favorite coaches of all time, and he would love to play under Scott Brooks again. You are lying to my face if you tell me the Wizards did not hire Scott Brooks to try and lure Kevin Durant to Washington. There is no – I mean, I'm not saying you don't hire Scott Brooks regardless, but I'm saying an incentive to hiring Scott Brooks is the fact you might get Kevin Durant to come to Washington.
Anyone they hired, Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, even if they were looking at him, Scott Brooks is trying to get a big name like Durant. So I 100%. Can't believe like this is they can't say this isn't like what we're trying to do. Like, come on. Be honest. That's ridiculous.
Don't lie to my face.
That's crazy.
Treat me with some respect, please.
All right, we were kidding. We want Durant.
I'm smarter than I look.
Oh, man. So it should be an interesting summer. But I do like Scott Brooks on the Wizards.
Yeah. I mean,
the team's good.
We'll see. We'll get to see again how good he is with how good of a coach he is. You know, he's got John Wall, young superstar.
John Wall? Yes.
Hopefully they re-sign Bradley Beal. He's a free agent.
I'm pretty sure they probably will.
I mean, they have some good pieces. We'll have to see if they sign anybody else this offseason. I mean,
hopefully
actually,
they keep Morris.
Maybe a guy like Dwight Howard goes to Washington
over Gortat.
No, because they might get rid of Nene and Gortat.
Whoa, Nene, you got to keep Nene.
He hasn't been that effective. But Nene's more of a power forward these days, anyways.
Yeah, true. That's why I like the Nene Gortat.
So you can put Gortat off the bench though, and then you bring in Howard, and Howard starts, and Howard he needs a point guard who is more of a passer, and that's what Wall is.
Wall is pretty good. He is definitely increasing his game year by year.
And Beal shoots threes, so he helps spread the floor. It could actually be a decent fit for Howard. I mean, I haven't put much thought into that, but who knows? So let's jump in.
The old Wizards uniforms.
What, the
white ones? Yes. Remember that Asian dude that used to be on the Wizards? Like Yee or something like that, and he used to shoot threes?
Oh, he was bad, though.
I know, but he was nice in 2K.
Oh, God, you and 2K. And this wouldn't be an episode of CenterCourt if we didn't bring up 2K at least twice.
Listen, he was nice.
Moving on, playoffs.
Yes.
Cavs, Pistons, 3-0 Cavs. Done in 4. Stanley Johnson. Words from the wise. Do not piss off LeBron James.
No, you're foolish.
I don't know what goes through. I get it. You're a rookie. I get it. You don't want to seem scared playing the number 1 team in the East. I get it. You want to back down against the best player in the league still, in my opinion.
Yes.
But you don't say I'm in your head when the man toasts you for 6 for 6 from the field the night before and goes 12 for 19 for the game.
LeBron is hitting threes out here when he's angry.
Not just that. No, that was disrespect. Marcus Morris pretty much, or is it Marcus Morris? Pretty much sat there, let LeBron take that 3 before he closed down. LeBron looked at him like, you can't be leaving me that wide open. Like, don't disrespect me like that, young blood. Don't be disrespectful.
Do we not remember LeBron first year in Miami? Angry LeBron? Good God.
This LeBron is pissed off. This LeBron wants to win it. But
hell yeah, he does.
Pistons got a little bit disrespectful. And last night you had J.R. Smith.
Honest, though. J.R. Smith was cooking.
Last night he was looking at Morris like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like this. Kyrie Irving hit that ridiculous 0.7 on the shot clock fadeaway out of bounds for 3. I mean, Kevin Love with the nice pass. I mean, Cleveland's rolling right now. And LeBron will lose in the first round.
Kyrie and Love when Kyrie and Love are balling and LeBron is like doesn't have to score as much, it's
Team's
over.
almost unbeatable.
But
I
like,
mean,
can
no
we be
team.
honest though? The Cavs are playing amazing against the Pistons, but the Pistons are playing really good too. They're
Play
just playing
solid.
a better Cavs team.
Yeah, they're overmatched.
Yes.
They don't have the experience. They don't have the experience. They don't really have the talent. Like there's no one to match up with LeBron really. Reggie
No.
Jackson's solid, but can he really keep Kyrie in check for 7 games?
No.
Maybe. Who else? Kevin
Drummond.
Love. Who really? They don't really have anyone who can keep up with. I mean, who can? I mean, Kevin Love. You can lock down Kevin Love, but they don't have. They don't really have who guards Kevin Love. You have
Morris, probably. It would have to be.
Morris. I don't even know who their power. I mean, you have Tobias Harris, but there's size difference in both those matchups.
Tobias Harris and LeBron and Love are kind of basically the same player, to be honest.
In a sense,
Yeah.
Tobias is a little bit more athletic, I believe.
Yeah. He's bigger too, I think. At least he looks bigger.
So that's over in 4. Raptors, Pacers.
We don't have to talk about it.
It's 2-1 Raptors. Paul George can't do it all. That's really where this comes down to.
This is true.
They won game 1 because Paul George went off for 32 and had rebounds and assists. They lost game 2. To be expected, you know, you're not going to lock down DeRozan and Kyrie all series. And then game 3, Paul George had 20 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and he led the team in points, rebounds, and assists. Paul George can't be leading the team in everything. Miles Turner, Ian Mahimi, Lavoy Allen, where are you guys? Show up. Valanciunas, that man is eating the Pacers alive down low.
You don't have a center.
Exactly, but he had 15 rebounds at halftime in game 1. If he wasn't in foul trouble, I swear to God, that man would have got 30 rebounds. I swear to God.
Who would you put on him? You can't. There's no one you can put on him. Yes.
I put Lavoy. At least Lavoy has body size. I was just trying to bully him, but
your boy's weak.
And Kyle. I mean, it's unfortunate because Kyle Lowry's having a pretty shitty series again in the playoffs. You know, DeRozan cooked last game, but I think Lowry he had to be like 4 for 15 against shooting. He was struggling again.
Yeah.
And, because George Hill's playing solid defense, but the issue with the Pacers is, Monte Ellis has not been the same player he was last year in Dallas. He's a step slower. George Hill can't create. Ty Lawson has looked awful in this postseason so far. CJ Miles is too streaky. Rodney Stuckey needs help off the bench because he can't create his own shot every time. You're pretty much seeing the classic 2-7 seed. The Raptors are just the better team. DeRozan, Lowry, and Valanciunas.
I don't think the Raptors win next. If they beat the Pacers, I don't think they beat whoever they're going to play next.
They play the 3 seed, so they would play Miami.
The Celtics.
Miami.
No.
They're not going to beat Miami.
No. Miami's cooking.
So, I mean, I'm going to say the Raptors win this series. See, I said the Pacers in 6, I believe. Depending on who wins tonight. If the Pacers win tonight, Pacers are going to win this series if they win tonight. Pacers lose tonight, Raptors win in 6. That's just how it goes. Moving on. Heat, Hornets. 5 games. They're at 2-0 right now. I think I said 6 games. It's going to be 5 games now. Nicholas Batum's out for the series. Al Jefferson's hurt too now. He might miss a game. Injuries, man. And this Heat team broke a record for scoring 115 points in back-to-back playoff games. Something they never did in the Big 3 era, let me mind you. And they're doing it now with no Chris Bosh. This Miami team's pretty good. Wade's healthy. Joe Johnson was a solid pickup. Hussein Whiteside, he's a freak.
Yes, he is.
That man just whites out anyone who comes near the paint. That's a big boy right there. Dragic's been solid. Winslow's great. The rookie Richardson. Miami's dangerous. Miami, honestly, I'm looking forward to a Miami Cleveland Eastern Conference Finals. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
LeBron could lose.
Wade versus LeBron to go to the finals. That is an ideal matchup for the NBA, money-wise, and for us fans. That's going to be a hell of a series.
And if LeBron wins, there's nothing holding LeBron back. He said, I got through the heat and my best friend just coasted now.
Well, I'm not coasting. You got to play either the Warriors or Spurs in the finals.
Well, I feel like he'll have a little something off his shoulder.
It depends. Or that series could wear him out.
That's true.
You think about that.
Or just rest LeBron a couple games.
Yeah. But it's the Hornets. Injuries. Kemba's been struggling a little bit.
Yeah,
they're just outmatched. It's unfortunate because every year, I swear to God, I see the Hornets and I go, they could be solid this year, and yet they've lost their last 14 playoff games.
They still make the playoffs, though.
Make the playoffs, but you got to win in the playoffs. I don't care what you do. If you don't win in the playoffs, it don't mean nothing to me. Which is still why this Warriors season means nothing to me. Unless they win it all, it don't mean nothing to me. That's just how it goes. It's all about the ring. It's all about the chip. And now to probably my favorite matchup so far in the playoffs, even though it's been 2 blowouts the first 2 games. Celtics-Hawks. Hawks are up 2-1. Boston had 2 horrid starts in Game 1 and Game 2, where they scored a career playoff low as a team, 7 points in the first quarter in Game 2, which I swear to God, I felt like I was watching the UConn women team playing any other college team that first quarter. But they pulled out a Game 3 win last night. Isaiah Thomas, all 5'9" of him, scored 42 points. And he possibly is facing a 1-game suspension for slapping Dennis Schroeder in the face unintentionally.
Did you see what's his name is flop? Marcus Smart's huge flop.
He always flops. King flop.
Oh my goodness.
I picked Boston to win that in 6. And like I said earlier in the podcast, and like I preach all the time, playoffs don't start till you lose at home. So right now, Boston takes care of Game 4 on Sunday, which our good friend Devin Jakowski will be going to. This series is far from over if they win Game 4. Because all you got to do is win 1 more on the road, and you can take care of business Game 6.
They're a good team. I feel like it should be a good series if they even it up.
Brad Stevens, 2 years or 3 years with Boston. Was last year his first year?
I want to say yes, but I'm not sure.
I believe it was, actually. I should know this.
I think it was.
Yeah, head coach in 2000. Oh, no. Yeah, this is going to be his 3rd year. Yes, 3rd year. He's been great. 2 playoff appearances in 3 years already. That's probably more than a lot of people expected. Boston's up and coming, and I wholeheartedly believe that Boston is an ideal location for Kevin Durant to go this offseason. I think it could be an ideal fit. You play for the green.
I can see it.
You get that Celtic legacy.
We've already seen Durant in green anyway. So
and then you get Durant versus LeBron. And LeBron hates that kryptonite green, and Durant could be his kryptonite in Boston. Who knows? But I'm still going Boston in 6.
I feel you.
And that's the playoffs. That's pretty much it. I'm looking forward. This round hasn't really been that exciting. You've seen more blowouts and close games, but this year, for the most part, both. I mean, the East is really close. The East has been more enjoyable. Besides, there's been a couple blowouts. The West, top four seeds were blowouts pretty much all season. You could tell the differential in talent in the West. But I look forward to seeing how round 2 turns out following this series, this round.
It should be very good, hopefully.
And anything else you want to say? Closing points?
Warriors lose second in round 2.
I tweeted round 2 they lose. Come on, Clippers! You don't let me down. Don't let me down.
We shall see.
But that's going to wrap up Center Court NBA episode 10. As always, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, which I hope this actually can go on YouTube, episode 7 and 9 got deleted from Blab because Blab has been doing me dirty lately. But if this is on YouTube and you're watching it, our Twitters will be in the bio below. CenterCourt NBA will be in the bio below. Please like or subscribe our video. And as always, Leroy, it's been a pleasure. We'll see you guys next week at 11:30 a.m. sharp.
Views next Friday.
Views.